Welcome back again. I don't even know what day of this project it is at this point, but I know that the camera died while I was working the other day, and yesterday I didn't want to take the camera out. What did we do yesterday? We put the transmission back in, the drive shaft's now on, it's all torqued down, and then I found out that while I bought the fancy plug to stick in the back of the transmission so it doesn't leak everywhere, if you tilt the transmission, it leaks out of the hole that the speedometer cable goes into. So I spilled, half of the fluid out. So we went out, we bought some fluid, so I'm gonna drain and refill the transmission, and then I think we're ready to put the exhaust back on. And then once the exhaust is back on, we have to put the car back on the ground and fix the clutch cable, because while the clutch cable was off, it came unattached from the pedal. So I'm gonna need to fix that before I can start it back up. But then I think we're done, at least with this part of the project. So we're burning light here, so I'm gonna get started. Alright, step one. Here's the drain. We're gonna undo that and drain the rest of the fluid that's in there out. They always make it look so easy in the videos, don't they? This fluid actually doesn't look too terrible. It's not like filthy or anything. But I already drained half of it out, so I'm gonna replace it anyway. Alright, let's go to the workbench and clean this plug up a little bit because it's covered in filth. Alright, that looks fine. Clean this off too. Now I can still hear it dripping, so we're just going to wait a couple of minutes and wait for that to drain. Okay, this thing's all but stopped. I'm going to clean around it a little bit. Well, while we've got the brake cleaner here, why don't we clean up the fill plug too? We're gonna take that one out as well. Going straight for the breaker bar this time. Alright. Now I'm gonna clean up around the open hole a little bit now that this is out of there. Alright, since this thing is still dripping, however slowly, I would like to get as much of it out as possible, so I'm just going to turn you off and give it a few minutes. Okay, I've waited as long as I'm going to wait. It's just dripping now and then at this point. So I'm going to put this thing back in here. Now, I've got this Royal Purple Synchro Max, which is a synthetic transmission fluid specifically designed for transmissions like this, where they're manual transmissions that are designed to take automatic fluid. In theory, it's better for it than just regular ATF. I bought this little pump, and this end of the pump gonna go in our little fill hole, and the other end of the pump is gonna go into our bottle. which of course has a seal on it. And I don't have a knife on me, so I will be right back. And now you're gonna get a not particularly interesting time lapse of me pumping. What I can tell you is that this transmission is supposed to take 2.8 quarts, and I bought 3, so we should have more than enough. Also, it's purple. Okay. One last precaution. We're gonna put the pan under here. Hopefully you can still see. But how you know it's full is it starts leaking. It started to drip out. Oh shit. Okay, it must be full. Oops, might have overfilled it a little bit. Just clean that up. See how badly it's still dripping. Alright, now we're going to tighten that up. And job done. Fluid is into the trans. Now all I'm going to do is try to save as much of this fluid as possible, so that if I ever need to do this again, at least I've got some extra. And that is how you change the transmission fluid in a Fox Body Mustang. Now we're going to move on, and we've still got some daylight left. Plus it's Friday night, so maybe we can push it a little bit. And we're going to try and get the exhaust back on. The first step to that, which something I did yesterday off camera, is the bolts are not in great condition. So let's turn the lights on in here. It's a little dark. But I soaked them overnight in brake cleaner to try and clean them up a bit. And let me put some gloves on, because that shit is gross. So I've been soaking them overnight in this brake fluid. Let's take them out and take a quick look. Brake cleaner, not brake fluid. So, unfortunately, the whole stud came off instead of just the nut. But they look like they should at least be serviceable. So, I do have a brand new set that I bought for the Cobra that I don't really want to use, but if these end up not working, I'm gonna use those. My only concern is these threads up here, right on the end, are a little gnarled up. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and get them on, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we'll use the other set. All right, while I wrestle this thing on, I'm gonna just put you over here, and you're just gonna get a nice time lapse watching me make a fool of myself as usual. Now this is the clamp. Well, about 2 of them obviously, but these are the clamps that I bought. They should wrap right around those things. Clamp them in place. Let's get the other one on, and then I'm gonna try to position them correctly so that I can tighten them down. Well, here we are in the dark again. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna try and reattach the clutch cable, and then once we attach the clutch cable, we need to adjust it to make sure it's all tensioned properly, and then we should be ready to race on Sunday. High five, internet.